Hey, good morning, guys. Happy rainy Thursday. I'm Katie, Director of Healthy Living here at the Allard Center. Once again, bringing you a live Pilates Fusion class. I'm going to be here every Thursday as we're offering these virtual classes to work out with you from the comfort of your home. So thanks again for taking time out of your day, whether you're here with me during this live broadcast or whether you are watching this later. Thanks again, and really glad to have you. If you guys haven't noticed on our Facebook page or on our website, we are working through one Granite Y Week this week, hashtag Tied to Kindness. And today's theme is actually gratitude. So I just wanted to take a moment and thank everybody for being here with me and just for really supporting and sticking with the Y during this time. I definitely keep having this weird sensation. I come to the building every day and keep saying, I really miss the Y. And a couple of people have said to me, what do you mean? You go into the building every day, but to me, the Y is the people. So I definitely miss seeing you guys. And like I said, if we can be together in this fashion, even if it's virtually and not physically connected, that makes me happy. I really enjoy it. Please feel free to give a shout out in the comments. Let me know if you're here working out live with me. Love to see you that way. We're going to go ahead and get started here. As always, we're going to begin with just a nice, gentle warm up. So I want you to cross your legs, sit up nice and tall, and we're going to begin to work through some circles here. So a nice full body roll, pressing the belly towards the legs, moving out to one side, scooping your belly in, rounding back, and then flowing over towards that opposite side. Awesome. Take it nice and slow. Take some nice deep breaths. Again, feels good just to move gently on this rainy, dreary morning. All right, we'll do just a couple more in this direction. All right, I want you to go ahead and just pause with your chest aligned over one of your knees. I want you to walk your hands forwards and just work into a little more of a side bend twist variation here. Push down through that opposite hip. Good, and just breathe into the side of your body, open up. All right, walk those hands back in. We'll press our palms right back onto the knees, and we're gonna move back into our circles. This time we're going in the opposite direction. If you're feeling just a little looser, maybe you could spiral those circles out so they're just a little larger. Last couple here. And again, pausing with the chest aligned over the knee on the opposite side this time. Walk those fingers out, push back through the opposite hip. Good, lengthen that area around your hip and up through your side body. Awesome, walk those hands back in. Let's sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and extend your legs right out in front of you. Pick a leg to start with, doesn't matter to me. I want you to interlace your hands right behind the thigh on that leg. Sit up really tall, pull those shoulders back, and just circle that leg out. Guide it through some nice gentle movements, doesn't matter which direction. You've started to take those circles in. And then go ahead, reverse your direction. Good, watch out for rounding or slouching forwards here. Just reach as far forwards through your toes as you can without allowing that to happen. Stay nice and tall. All right, last one here. Excellent. Now I want you to go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, extend that leg forwards, continue to hold right against the back of the thigh, and then exhale, tuck your knee towards your chest. Inhale, extend forwards, try to flex your toes back and really stretch out through that heel so that you can start to feel your hamstring and your calf open up. Inhale. And exhale, we'll do a couple more like this. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, tuck that knee in, last two. On this last one, extend forwards, hold here, reach through that heel. And just a little bit deeper of a stretch. If you can lift the leg, just a little higher. And I don't want you to feel pain or strain here. We are still warming up. So just touch into that edge of your range of motion with this one. Nice. Go ahead, release that leg down. So we're going to twist towards this same side. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, keep those legs nice and straight. Sit up tall. And again, wind towards that side. Good. Try to relax down through those shoulders. One more nice deep breath in here. Lengthen, lift. And then exhale, unwind. Come back to center. We're going to switch sides. So other leg this time. Hands interlace behind the thigh. Roll those shoulders back. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to start with our circles. Again, nice and gentle. Like I said, just bringing some circulation, some mobility to those major areas that we're going to work today. Obviously, our abdominals, our low back, the sides of our body. Today, I'm sure we're going to feel our hip flexors and our abductors working as well. Good. Reverse direction. And watch for slouching. Stay tall. All right, excellent. Now we're going to take it into that extend movement. So inhale, push forwards through that heel. Again, try to flex your toes back to deepen at that stretch. And then exhale, knee to chest, sit up tall. Inhale, push forward, stretch. Good. Exhale, knee to chest. We'll do a few more before we tackle that hold. All right, on this last one, extend forwards. Again, hold here, really actively flex those toes back. Try to lift the leg. Just a little higher if you can. It shouldn't be painful. All right, great job. Go ahead, release that leg all the way down. We're going to come into our twist opposite side here. So nice deep breath in. As you exhale, just wind to that other side. Lightly connect your fingertips to your leg and the ground behind you to help hold your nice tall posture. Good. Last breath here. Nice big deep inhale. Good. Exhale, unwind. Whew. All right, awesome. Just a little bit warmer. We're going to go ahead and dive right into our workout today. So remember, I want you to always take the workout at your own pace. I offer lots of modifications and progressions. Those are options. So like I said, find what fits for you. So we're going to begin in a seated position, heels down on the mat. I want you to really take care as we go through this exercise. Again, keep that really long, tall spine. So watch out for slouching and rounding forwards. Also watch out for arching excessively. Think about lifting up through your chest and pulling back through your shoulders, but also keep that navel really strongly pulling back towards your spine. We're going to begin with arms extended forwards. I want you to choose a side that you're going to start with. As you inhale, I want you to begin to hinge back, keeping your spine really long, open towards that side. Maybe your fingertips can touch the ground, like a nice little carrot for you to reach back each time. We'll exhale and lift. Inhale, reach back, find that little bit of rotation as you open, and then exhale, lift. So you can really focus on trying to maintain that neutral spine as we go through. Inhale, open. And exhale, lift. Good, easy to modify our intensity with this one, just by how far we reach back, how deeply we hinge. Let's do one more like this. Then we're gonna start to layer some options on. So opposite leg here, as I hinge back and reach, I'm gonna go ahead and extend through those opposite toes, foot hovers off of the floor. Exhale, return to center. Inhale, extend, again, opposite leg reaches. Exhale, back to center. So if you're feeling like you're losing alignment, or you aren't as well balanced or stable while lifting that leg, just come back to the move we started with and hinge back in the open. 6, 5, 4, and nice slow controlled pace. 3 is always going to help us to keep those muscles under tension longer. 2, great job. And last one on the side. Inhale, open, extend. Exhale, lift back into position. Take a quick stretch here, knees open out, soles of the feet pressed together. Just a little butterfly pose here. Release those hip flexors. And then we're going to go into the other side. All right, awesome. Let's sit back up nice and tall. Heels connect to the mat. So again, switching to our other side here, we're going to begin with just that basic hinge back and open. So take a nice deep breath in, lower back and reach, keep those shoulders relaxed. Exhale, lift forwards. Inhale, reach back, lots of control here. Exhale and lift. We'll do a few more with this variation. Good, really pull that navel back. Let's do one more like this. Excellent, now we're gonna add that extension through the opposite leg. Reach, extend, whoo, and then lift with control. Reach and extend, lift with control. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, stay with me, and one more. All right, excellent job. Relax the arms down. I want you to go ahead and come all the way back onto the mat. All right, wonderful. We'll give those hip flexors just a moment to recover here. Just set your position up down on the mat. Anytime we change position, we always want to check in and make sure we still have neutral spine alignment. So here we're anchoring our shoulders and the backs of our hips to the mat. I want you to draw your navel in enough so that you can gently connect that low back space to the mat underneath you. I want you to try to make it your goal to keep that connection as we flow through this series. We're going to go ahead and lift our feet up. Knees are stacked over the hips. Shins are parallel to the floor. I call this the invisible box position. Arms are down next to the sides of the body. Tuck your chin forwards ever so slightly to keep the back of that neck nice and long. So as you inhale here, again, keep that low back connected. I want you to start to lower your toes towards the floor, keeping that nice 90-degree angle in your legs. Stop about halfway, and then go ahead, exhale and lift. So again, really slow movement here, linked with our breath. So we'll go halfway again here as we inhale. And then exhaling, knees stack over hips. And we'll do a few more like this. And then once again, we'll go a little deeper. And inhale. And exhale, legs stay at hips width apart. The whole time they're lowering and lifting, so we're still working some of those stabilizer muscles around the hips at this point. All right, let's do one more to this depth, again, about halfway. And then exhaling, lifting. All right, now if you can, without creating that arch in your low back, inhale, come all the way down. Maybe your toes can lightly connect to the mat or the floor. And then we're exhaling, lifting. Great job. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Again, come back to that half range of motion. If going all the way to the floor is a little too much for this morning. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more. Keep that connection with the low back. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. All right, excellent job. Whew, abdominals are fired up. I want you to either keep your legs in this position if you're looking for just a little more challenge as we move into the next part of the series, or you can go right ahead and place your feet down on the floor to give your hip flexors and your abdominals a little bit more of a break. I'm going to keep my legs up. We're going to go ahead and place fingertips behind the head. Open your elbows towards opposite walls. Keep your chest nice and expanded. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to curl up. Good. Really try to find height underneath the backs of the shoulders as you curl forwards. Again, think about that same action that we've been practicing of pulling your navel back. Good. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Good. Whether feet are down or legs are up, I want you to try to keep your legs as stable, as motionless as possible. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good, you got this. Last 2. And last 1. Good, head and shoulders come all the way down and back. If you've got your feet up, go ahead, release them down for just a moment. Whew, maybe take a little windshield wiper, knees side to side. We've got one more part of that series. So we have the option for this third and final piece to either come back to that first exercise we started with. So keeping head and shoulders back and working either our half or our full range of motion on that reverse curl or leg lower movement. We also have the option, if you're looking for a little more challenge, to add in that crunch, to do both pieces at once. So let's start back with just the leg lower, and then we'll build that other piece on. Knees stack over the hips, shins are parallel to the floor. Take that deep breath in, begin the lower. I'm going to try to go all the way down to the floor. Again, you do what's right for you. Exhale and lift. Do a couple more just like this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good, last one like this. All right, excellent. Now adding that progression on, fingertips behind the head. Head and shoulders curl up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good, definitely more challenging variation of this exercise. Make sure that low back is not arching, lifting away from the mat. If it is, come back to just legs, just legs. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more like this. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, lower head and shoulders back. Feet release to the mat. Go ahead, stretch those legs out all the way nice and long. Whoo. Take some deep breaths into your belly. All right, great job, guys. We are going to go ahead and push back up to our seated position. We're going to work into a second set of those hinge backs with a twist. So I want you to go ahead and start right out with whichever variation works for you, keeping legs stationary or adding that extended opposite leg. We're going to do 15 repetitions. Relax those shoulders, sit up nice and tall. Let's go ahead, take that deep breath in, extend back, reach, and then exhale, lift. Good, extend back, reach, exhale, lift. You got it. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, whew, really feeling this the second time around. 5, we're almost there. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good, lift it all the way up. Whew, great job. All right, let's take that butterfly stretch here. Knees open out, soles of the feet pressed together. Just a quick release for those hip flexors. All right, nice work, guys. Very last set of these to the opposite side. So let's go ahead and sit back up nice and tall, heels anchored to the floor. Again, start in right with whichever variation you'd like, keeping heels down or extending that opposite leg. Go ahead, take that nice deep breath in, reach back, lengthen that leg if you choose. Exhale and lift. Try to keep this slow pace. I know it gets a little harder as we go through the workout. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, so close, so close. Keep that form together. 3, 2, and last one. All right, great job. Relax the arms down, roll the shoulders out. We're going to go ahead and roll back onto the mats, onto our backs. All right, so we're going to come right back to that crunch, reverse crunch series. But this time we're going to start where we finished last time. We have the option to either do just the lower body half of the movement, that lower and lift, again, to the range that works for you, or you can add the crunch in right out of the gate. So if you're going to add the crunch in, fingertips come behind the head. We're going to start out on an inhale, so toes lower. And then go ahead, exhale, knees stack back over hips, head and shoulders curl up. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Then we're going to work for 15 repetitions total here. That's 3. And breathe. 4, 5, 6, check in with that low back. Connect it to the mat. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2/3 of the way through. Stay with me. So we've got just a few to go here. Last couple. And last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release down and back. Stretch the legs out nice and long. Take a couple of deep breaths right into that belly space. Let everything lengthen out. All right, really nice job with that first sequence. So next, I'm gonna have you roll onto one of the sides of your body. So again, you choose which side you'd like to start with. Just make sure to do the other side next time. So we're gonna come into our side lying position. Bottom arm extends out nice and long. We're gonna rest our ear right against the inside portion of that upper arm. Top hand is gonna park on the floor to give us a little front back support so we don't feel quite so tippy. I want you to take your bottom leg, keep it mostly straight, just put a tiny bend in that knee. So your ankle is basically just behind the line of your hip and your knee on the floor. This is gonna help you to feel a little more stable as we go into this next exercise. So top leg, I want you to reach out through your heel, find about a 90-degree bend in your ankle. This is a great move for building strength in the side of the body, but can also help us to build a little flexibility in the backs of the legs. As you take a nice deep breath in, I want you to go ahead and kick that leg forwards. Imagine that you're trying to touch your big toe to a line that's coming out of your belly button. We're gonna go ahead and sweep that leg all the way back as we exhale. Good, stacking it over the bottom leg. So we're inhaling, kicking forwards, and then we're exhaling, sweeping back. Good, so I want you to pay attention to the alignment of your hips as you move here. Make sure that top hip isn't rolling forwards as you kick the leg forwards. Really try to actually pull back through that top hip to keep yourself nice and square, nice and stacked. We've got 10. 9, another great move that we can modify just with our range. Obviously, the further 8 I kick forwards, the more intense this move is gonna feel. 7. 6. 5. Good, so far so good. Try to keep that leg at the same height. 4 as it arcs out in front of you. 3. 2. And on this last one, I want you to go ahead and kick forwards. Good, and hold here for just a moment. So again, we're gonna start with a modified movement here. Bend that leg back so that that top leg is at about a 90-degree angle. Take a nice deep breath in as you exhale. I want you to push the outside of that leg open, right up towards the ceiling. We're gonna inhale and release with control. Again, make sure you're not rolling towards the floor. That top hip stays stacked. Exhale, push and open. Good, inhale, lower. Good, exhale, push. Let's do one more like that. And then we're gonna move into a progressed variation. Exhale, push. Good, inhale, lower. So same movement, leg is extended, longer lever. Exhale, whoo, hey, abductors. Inhale, lower with control. Just try to breathe here again. This is not an easy variation of the exercise. So just fold that leg back to that 90-degree angle if you need to. We are almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, release that leg all the way down, stack it back over the bottom leg. I want you to go ahead and just tuck your heels in towards your bottom so you've got a nice little bend to the knees here. We're gonna start to twist through the waist. so that we can plant the backs of our shoulders and our head down on the mat. We're looking back up towards the ceiling. So in this twisted position, we're going to work on a side crunch. Try to keep your legs as relaxed as possible. Depending on your flexibility, you may be able to get both legs to relax all the way down to the floor. If that top leg is lifting up a little bit, it is what it is, no big deal. I'm there with you. We're going to place our fingertips behind the head. Again, start with your shoulders square on the mat. Take a nice deep breath in, and then go ahead, exhale, curl, lift. Inhale, lower with control. Exhale, curl, lift. So really think about squeezing that space underneath your rib cage and above the top of your hip as you lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. Definitely doesn't have to be a big range of motion here to be an effective exercise. I just want you to go, again, nice and slow. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring it all the way back to the mat. Excellent job here. We're going to go ahead and roll right onto the opposite side of the body. So same flow. Be warned, we'll get into that side lying position. Bottom arm extends out nice and long. Top hand parks on the floor. Again, that bottom leg is almost straight, but not quite. We're just gonna fold it a little bit to give ourselves more stability here. Park that top hand. Let's start with our side lying kick. Get that ankle to a 90-degree angle. Take a deep breath in, kick those toes forwards. Again, try to keep that leg at the same height as it arcs out. And then go ahead, exhale, sweep it back just into alignment over that bottom leg. Inhale, kick forwards. Again, reach for that invisible line, shooting out of your belly button. Exhale, kick it back. Inhale, move forwards. Good, and exhale, kick it back. Again, really try to enjoy, feel that stretch through the back of the leg as that leg moves out in front of you. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, and on this last one, kick forwards. I want you to hold here for just a moment. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that modified variation of this lift. Good, bend the leg back to about a 90-degree angle. Take a deep breath in as you exhale. We're gonna open that knee right up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Again, just back so the knee is stacked right in front of the hip. And then exhale, lift. Good, inhale, lower. Really nice job. Exhale, lift. We'll do a couple more like this. And then we'll move into that extended leg variation if you choose. All right, awesome. Extend that leg out if you can, if you like. Exhale, push and lift. Inhale, lower again. Watch that top hip, especially as that leg lowers towards the floor. Don't let it pull that top hip down towards the floor. You got this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, uncle, woo, lift, lower with control. Go ahead and bring that leg all the way back, woo, thank goodness. All right, let's go ahead and keep our knees bent here. Legs are dropping over towards that opposite side. We're just gonna set ourselves up, twisting through the waist so that we can anchor the back of the head and the shoulders to the floor to start. Again, if you can get your knees all the way down, great. If they're slightly lifted, that's okay. We all have different flexibility in these areas of our body, but most important to make sure that you're starting with shoulders square to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in here. Go ahead, exhale, curl up. Again, really try to work that side body, that space underneath your rib cage and above the top of your hip. And go slow. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, nice work. Release all the way back to the mat. Go ahead and just hug your knees in toward your chest for a moment here. Give yourself a little release, maybe rock from side to side if that feels good for you. Whew, we are almost there, guys. We have just one more little sequence we're going to work through with some bridges to really focus on our glutes and the backs of the legs. All right, so coming back onto your back, go ahead and release your 2 feet down to the floor. And we're gonna set up for some shoulder bridging here. So I want you to, once again, tuck your chin forwards towards your chest so the back of your neck feels nice and long. Try to broaden out your shoulder blades on the floor. That's where, as we lift up into the bridge, we wanna feel the pressure, our body weight, definitely not in our head or our neck. So be a little careful with that. Feet are at about hips width apart. Knees are stacked in front of the hips and right over the ankles as we're lifting and lowering. Make sure that the knees aren't opening in or out. We're gonna, again, layer some different variations of a bridge on here as we go. So let's start out arms next to the sides of the body. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to lift your hips away from the mat. Again, take care here as you're lifting that you're not arching into that low back space. I want you to keep that navel drawing back. We're going to inhale and lower, exhale and lift. Again, strong contraction through the navel as you're moving. Good. As you come down towards the mat, try to just hover your bottom away from that mat surface. So you've always got a little bit of engagement through those muscles. We're never fully releasing the weight, plunking down onto the mat surface. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Great job on this last one. I want you to go ahead, lift and hold here. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to open your knees out. Roll right onto the outside edges of your feet. Try to keep that lift. Again, watch out for arching into your low back, but try not to drop too much here as the knees open out. We're going to inhale and draw the knees back together. And then exhale, open out. Really squeeze those abductors, those muscles kind of on the sides of your bottom and above your hip joint. Eleven, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Again, check in here. Make sure you've still got neutral spine. 4, core is still engaged. 3, 2, and last one. Whew. All right, on your next inhale, I want you to come almost all the way down to the mat. We're back into those basic bridges. Ow, go ahead, exhale and lift. Great job. Inhale and lower. So again, we're trying to keep a little bit of engagement down here at the bottom of the range of motion. Don't fully rest that bottom down. You got this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold at the top. Last part of this series. Stay with me. You got this. We are almost done. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to push through the balls of your feet. Peel your heels away from the ground underneath you. Inhale, heels release, hips stay up. Exhale, heels lift. Really engage those calf muscles. Exhale, lift. Inhale, heels lower. 11. So close. Breathe. 10. 9, pull that navel back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good push lift. Heels release, bottom comes all the way down on the mat. Ooh, thank goodness. Go ahead and place a hand on the shin underneath either knee and just pull your knees towards your chest, but open them out nice and wide. Ooh, let everything stretch out through those spaces. Take some deep breaths here. Really great job. We're just gonna finish out here with a little bit of flexibility. All the tough stuff is done. Now we just get to enjoy. All right, extend your left leg out nice and long. Interlace both hands on the shin underneath that right knee. I want you to stretch out through those left toes, push your left calf down towards the floor. And imagine that you're trying to take your right knee, we're moving the leg out of the way of the rib cage and pulling that knee down towards the shoulder. Try to relax through your shoulders, and through your head and neck. Just let everything melt towards the floor. Awesome, moving to our next stretch here, same side. I'm gonna go ahead and press my left hand right into the outside of that right knee. I want you to keep your shoulders nice and square on the mat here. Go ahead and just start to push that leg over towards the opposite side of the mat. Again, I want you to make sure that your shoulders are down so that you're not rolling over towards that left side. Really just try to open up that space along the outside of that hip. We did a lot of work for that area today, so give it a little TLC here. You can also deepen this stretch if you want to just start to straighten out that top leg. That will also open into your hamstring a little more. All right, nice. Go ahead, roll it back to center. We're going to switch sides here. Extend that right leg out nice and long. Hands interlace on that left shin underneath the knee. You can try to stretch your right leg and your left knee in opposite directions. Right calf pushes down towards the floor. Knee draws towards the shoulder. All right, awesome. Let's move into that abductor stretch. Last one we're going to do today. So we'll go ahead, knees at about a 90-degree angle. Right hand gently presses against the outside as we pull that leg across. Keep your shoulders down. And you can stay here with the leg bent, or you can start to straighten out that top leg just a little more as feels good for you. All right, we're going to roll it back to center. I want you to go ahead and just push your way back up to a seated position. All right, let's close it out here. My favorite way, with a nice deep cleansing breath. I hope you'll do it with me at home. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. I want you to take a really big deep breath in, fan your arms all the way up. And then I want you to sigh out as big as you can. Good, let go of any tension, any stress, any negativity, anything you don't need to hold on to anymore. Let's do that again. We're going to take a really big deep breath in, fill the lungs, fill the belly, and then exhale, sigh it out. All right, we'll do that just one more time. Big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. All right, awesome job, guys. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Check me out tomorrow at 9 a.m. here on the Allard Center page. I'm offering a cardio fusion class. So what is cardio fusion, you might ask? It's a little bit of everything. So it is a low impact workout. It's going to be total body, so we'll hit a little bit of everything. And hopefully it's fun. It is a choreographed routine, but if choreography isn't generally for you and or you have a hard time following along, I feel ya. And hopefully I've designed this routine so that the choreography is easy to follow. We'll pull in a little bit of dance, a little bit of aerobics, some strength moves, some yoga even, and also a little bit of kickboxing. So like I said, check me out 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thanks again so much, guys. Pleasure being with you today. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. See you again soon.